welcome to another Simon Says Stamp product spotlight. This week I wanted to spotlight the Lawn Fawn Bake Me a Cake set because Lawn Fawn has done something really cool with a couple of their stamp sets, like this one and Making Frosty Friends, where it's more about assembling the item that you're putting on your card than just stamping it and have it be the focal piece of your card. So it involves a little bit more work, but you can create it any way you want, and you can really personalize it to the person that you're giving the card to. So today I wanted to kind of make my own pattern paper and then paper piece the little layers together. So I'm going to get started by inking this stamp, which is from Hero Arts. It's the leaf and floral background, and this is what's going to be the pattern inside of my cake. So I'm going to ink it with some chewing gum on this side. And these are all Jenny Bolin inks, by the way. They're my favorite dye inks. Some lavender sachet in the middle, and then some speckled egg on this other side. So I'm just going to set this down on top of my inked stamp and then use a piece of scrap paper over the top here to kind of protect my hands from ink as I smooth over the stamp and transfer the ink onto this paper. So you'll see now that I have my stamp here all done, and I can go ahead and start laying my pieces down and stamping them. So I'm going to start with my biggest one first, and you can build this cake as tall as you want it. I'll probably stamp all of my pieces to start out with, and then I can always take one or two out later if I feel like it would make the card look better. So I'm going to stamp this in brown sugar ink from Jenny Bolin. And I think I want the bottom layer to be purple. And you just want to make sure to leave kind of like a 1/4 inch of space on the bottom. This won't be seen, so it doesn't need to be that color, or you can have some white showing, but just make sure it doesn't overlap with any of the other cake pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp all of these. And then I'm actually going to stamp the base twice. I'm going to stamp it once on the blue, and then once just on a piece of white cardstock, just in case I want the more simple look. And I really like using this base other than this kind of frilly one, because this base is really great for any card or occasion, and it's really easy to cut out. This one is really cute and really great for girly cards, but it's harder to cut out, so I tend to use this one a little bit more. So the next thing we're going to do is just cut out all of these pieces, making sure to leave kind of a little bit of a handle on the bottom of your cake pieces so that they're easy to assemble. So I'll be back in just a sec. So I have my pieces cut out now, and I went around the edges with this Memento marker in Rich Cocoa just to kind of seal off the edges so you wouldn't see any of the white showing. And now I can start assembling. So I'm going to use my Plus glue runner. This is a really nice thin glue runner, and I'm just going to add adhesive to kind of the handles that we created when we cut out the pieces of cake. And then we can start putting everything together. I like to go from the largest to the smallest just so I can kind of keep it straight, and it's really up to how you want to place it. So if you want a short cake, you can put them further down. If you want a taller cake, you can put them further up. And you can make it as wonky or as straight as you want. There we go. And now I decided I wanted to use the white base. I think that'll add a nice little finishing touch. I'm just going to trim this off so that it's right at where the cake part ends, and then actually add adhesive to the cake holder itself. And there we have our little cake. So this is a really great way to create a cake using these pieces, and you can go back and add more, you know, like frosting. You could do that across here and then fill it in with a white pen. And actually I think that's what I'll do. You could also add swirls and candles, and you can even make cupcakes. So this is a really versatile set, And you can make the cake as tall or as short as you want it to. And so now what I'm just going to do is go back in and stamp over these with some brown sugar ink and then fill them in with some white pen. So now that I have my cake all done and decorated, and it's decorated exactly how I wanted it, which is one thing that I really love about this set, I'm going to go ahead and put my card together. So I'm going to start out by stamping my sentiment from the same set onto this memory box die cut, and then I'm going to adhere my cake with some foam adhesive as well as my sentiment. And I'm going to stamp a background on this white piece of cardstock, it's Neenah white cardstock, in some sand ink from Hero Arts, and then adhere my little panel down and draw some stitched lines around the outside with a white signal pen. Now I'm just adding some twine, some brown twine, to my little label here, and I'm just going to tie it on the other side of the card. It makes it really easy and it looks nice and professional on the inside as well. And then I'm going to add some stickles. These are Picket Fence Distress Stickles, just for a little bit of shine, but not too much extra glitter. So here's a look at the finished card. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you again next week.